Have you ever woken up from a dream and thought, that was strange, not scary, not amazing, just oddly specific? Maybe you were running late for something important. Maybe you were back in a place you haven't thought about in years. Maybe someone familiar showed up, but they didn't act like themselves at all. And the whole day after that, the dream just lingered. We usually brush dreams off as nonsense, random images, brain noise, something that happens when the lights are off. But what if dreams aren't random at all? What if they are actually stories your mind tells when it does not have to make sense to anyone else? Here's the strange thing about dreams. They don't speak in sentences. They speak in scenes. Your subconscious doesn't say, I feel overwhelmed and out of control lately. Instead, it shows you an elevator that won't stop, a house with rooms you can't enter, a road that keeps splitting, and you don't know which way to go. Dreams are emotional information, disguised as fiction. Think about how often dreams ignore logic, but nail the feeling. You might dream about failing an exam you already passed years ago, which makes no sense until you realize the emotion isn't about school at all. It's about fear of being evaluated, fear of being exposed, fear of not being ready. Your brain isn't stuck in the past. It's recycling a symbol that already knows how to carry that emotion. Let's talk about a few common dream scenarios, not as fixed meanings, but as emotional themes. Falling. People often say falling dreams are about fear or lack of control. But notice when they happen. Many people report them during major life transitions. Moments when something familiar is ending. Times when they don't know what comes next. The dream isn't predicting failure. It's rehearsing uncertainty. Your mind is asking, what happens if I let go? Being chased. What's interesting here isn't what is chasing you, it's the fact that you're running. Chase dreams often show up when there's something you're avoiding while awake. A conversation, a decision, an emotion you keep pushing down. The dream compresses it into motion. No words, just urgency. Your subconscious doesn't say, you're avoiding something important. It says, you can't stop running, can you? Locked doors, missing rooms, broken houses. Houses in dreams are fascinating because they're often you, but not in a poetic way, in a practical one. Different rooms represent parts of your life, parts of your identity, parts of yourself you use or don't. Dreaming about rooms you can't access or doors that won't open often happens when something feels emotionally blocked. A part of you feels unavailable. You sense there's more, but you don't know how to reach it. The dream isn't hiding answers. It's showing you where the tension lives. Now, here's where dreams get even more interesting. Repeating dreams. Same place, same situation, sometimes for years. This is where your subconscious gets stubborn. Repetition usually means one thing. The emotional problem hasn't moved, not solved, not integrated, not released. It doesn't mean something bad is going to happen. It means your mind is still circling the same unresolved experience, asking, have you noticed this yet? And notice something else. Dreams don't care about time. They mix childhood faces, adult responsibilities, future fears all in one scene. Because emotionally, your brain doesn't run on a calendar, it runs on patterns. That is why someone you have not spoken to in 10 years can suddenly appear in a dream, not because you miss them, but because they represent a version of you, a feeling or a dynamic that's active again now. So what do you actually do with dreams? Not interpret them like a puzzle with one correct answer. That's not how they work. Instead, ask better questions. Not, what does this dream mean? But what emotion was strongest in the dream? Where does that emotion show up in my waking life? What was unresolved when I woke up? Dreams don't give instructions, they give clues. Some people keep dream journals. Others just remember fragments. You don't need to analyze everything. Sometimes even noticing patterns is enough. The same type of stress dream during busy periods. The same location appearing when you feel stuck. The same emotions surfacing before big decisions. Your subconscious is quieter than your thoughts, but it is persistent. And here is something rarely talked about. Dreams are not always trying to heal you. Sometimes they are just trying to process. Like background cleanup for the mind. They sort through emotional residue, unfinished conversations, half-felt reactions. Not everything needs meaning, but some things need attention. So the next time you wake up from a dream that feels strange, vivid, or oddly familiar, do not rush to dismiss it. Sit with it for a moment. Not because it is prophetic, not because it has answers, but because it might be showing you how you have been feeling when you were not paying attention. And that is worth listening to. If you want, tell me, do your dreams repeat, or are they chaotic and unpredictable? Either way, they are saying something even in silence. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more dreamy contents.